Taylor Swift just rewrote the rulebook on celebrity generosity, and the story unfolding in her new docuseries is so powerful, so emotional, and so unprecedented that it has become the centerpiece of global conversation. The moment she handed out a staggering $197 million in bonuses to the crew of the Eras Tour is more than a feel-good headline. It's a deep, cinematic human story about gratitude, loyalty, exhaustion, triumph, and what it truly means to value the people who build a superstar's empire from the ground up. What makes this moment extraordinary is that the docuseries doesn't treat it like a polished PR stunt. It doesn't try to glamorize it or sugarcoat it. Instead, it presents it completely raw. It plunges viewers straight into a world most fans never see. The physical labor, the emotional strain, the chaos, the late nights, the creative pressure, the sacrifices, and the invisible machinery powering a tour that shattered every record in existence. Revenue, attendance, cultural footprint, global influence, and sheer emotional impact. The scene begins with what looks like a simple crew gathering. No spotlight, no stage effects, no screaming fans. Just a group of people who've been living out of hotel rooms, airports, and buses for nearly 2 exhausting years. These are the dancers who memorized hundreds of choreo cues across every era. The musicians who performed 3-hour sets night after night without missing a beat. The riggers who hoisted 80,000-pound stage pieces into the air with precision. The sound and lighting engineers who built entire worlds inside stadiums. The wardrobe teams who repaired dozens of costumes on the fly. The security teams who guarded Taylor through crowds of tens of thousands. And the truck drivers who drove tens of thousands of miles with precious cargo, often through the night, often with barely enough time to rest before the next move. Then, Taylor steps forward with a stack of cream-colored envelopes sealed with wax. Each envelope is handwritten, each is personalized, and there's a quiet, almost sacred stillness as people form a circle around her, because nobody, not even the veterans of past world tours, has any idea what's about to happen. One by one, the envelopes are opened. Confusion at first, a cautious smile, then shock. Pure, overwhelming shock, and suddenly the room changes temperature. A dancer gasps and physically stumbles backward as if her legs stop working. A technician grips onto a table for support, eyes wide, unable to process what he's seeing. Another crew member falls to her knees, crying into her hands. Someone else starts laughing uncontrollably, not because it's funny, but because the number on the check is so massive, so surreal, that laughter is the only way their brain can cope with that impact. And then the moment that brings even the viewers to tears. A truck driver, one of the unsung pillars of touring life, reads his letter and quietly breaks down. He whispers, almost to himself, "This is going to change my entire family's life." And for him, and for so many others, it will. These are not polished, rehearsed reactions. These are real human beings experiencing life-altering news in real time. But Taylor didn't just hand them checks. She wrote them poetry. She wrote them metaphors. She wrote heartfelt reflections on the journey they had survived together, a journey through continents and cultures and crowds of millions. She wrote about missing their families, about pushing through exhaustion, about endless rehearsals and repairs and reroutes, about the shared mission that held everyone together, building something historic, something that would be remembered for a lifetime. And for everyone in that room, the bonus wasn't just money. It was validation. It was proof that the blood, sweat, stress, and sacrifice they poured into this show mattered, that someone at the very top was not only looking, but appreciating. What gives the scene even more weight is the way the docuseries frames everything leading up to this moment. Viewers see the emotional toll of the tour, the moments where Taylor is pushed to the brink of exhaustion, where she deals with fear, vulnerability, grief, and the very real possibility of danger. The Vienna security scare, the heartbreaking loss of young fans connected to tour-related events, the injuries among crew, sudden weather disasters, logistical obstacles that would terrify any normal team, but this team kept going. There are intimate, unguarded moments backstage where Taylor takes deep breaths, grounding herself, reminding herself why she's doing this. There are scenes where she confides in close friends, family, and Travis Kelce about how overwhelming the journey has been, physically, mentally, emotionally. And yet, even in those moments of vulnerability, you see her determination, and you see that same determination mirrored in every member of her crew. That's why Bonus Day hits so hard. It's not just a payout, it's the emotional climax of a 2-year journey filled with more highs and lows than most people experience in a decade. A dancer reads her letter aloud, voice shaking, the words sounding like they came straight out of Taylor's unreleased songs. Poetic, personal, emotional. A production assistant wipes away tears, whispering that no one in the industry does stuff like this. A lighting technician keeps joking through tears that he might faint if he looks at the check too long. And the docuseries blends these reactions together in a montage that feels less like a TV segment and more like a profound statement on gratitude. And then Taylor speaks, calm, genuine, clear. She explains that she wants to set a standard, a new standard. She believes that when a tour succeeds on the level that the Eras Tour did, the people who built it deserve to share that success. Not a symbolic perk, not a small, forgettable thank you card, but life-changing financial reward, because without them, none of it would have been possible. This philosophy is rarely seen in the entertainment world, where profit often flows upward. But here, Taylor Swift flips that script. She says, if we all built this together, then we all rise together. The docuseries expands on this theme with moments that highlight the crew's dedication, clips of them setting up elaborate sets in record time, scenes of them improvising solutions during technical emergencies, footage of them performing under extreme weather conditions, and moments where Taylor acknowledges their loyalty, resilience, work ethic, and the emotional support they provided her through the most intense era of her career. The public reaction has been monumental. Crew members' families have shared stories about bonuses paying off mortgages, funding college tuition, covering medical expenses, enabling long overdue vacations, and giving people breathing room after years of non-stop work. Fans have dubbed Taylor the most generous touring artist of her generation. Industry professionals are calling this moment a turning point that could reshape expectations of how touring employees are compensated. But beyond the headlines, beyond the social media noise, beyond the think pieces, what makes this moment unforgettable is the overwhelming humanity of it. For 20 straight minutes, the world watches hard-working people receive recognition they rarely, if ever, get. You see their posture change. You see their anxiety melt. You see hope in their eyes. You see them realize that someone not only noticed their labor, but appreciated it deeply. The docuseries makes one message unmistakably clear. The Eras Tour wasn't carried by a single superstar. It was carried by a community Taylor chose to honor with unprecedented sincerity, depth, and generosity. And whether you're a lifelong Swiftie or someone who only knows a few of her songs, the moment resonates because everyone knows what it feels like to work hard and wonder if anyone sees you. Everyone knows what it means to give everything you have and hope it mattered. And everyone understands the emotional power of someone saying, through words and actions, I see you, I appreciate you, and I couldn't have done this without you. Taylor Swift didn't just set a new standard for tours, she set a new standard for leadership, gratitude, and what it means to share success instead of hoarding it.